Good morning, Joe here. We're at Larry's Pistol and Pawn, 2405 North Memorial Parkway in beautiful downtown Huntsville. Today we're in the ammo dump shooting range as usual. Today we're going to talk about using your dominant hand versus your non-dominant hand when you're shooting. It's really important to learn this, and we're going to do a little demonstration here and then give you a few tips on how you can improve your non-dominant hand shooting. First of all, about 70% of the people on the earth are right hand dominant like me. About 20 or 25%, depending on whose stats you read, are left hand dominant. Then there are a few people, maybe 3 or 4%, that are actually ambidextrous, can use either hand equally well. So our goal in doing this exercise is to improve our non-dominant hand shooting. And we'll talk about why you need to do that, for example. So let's assume that this wall right here is our concealment and cover. So if I'm trying to shoot somebody on this side, then I have to move my entire body out here in order to shoot with my dominant hand. Well, that's exposes my whole body into this position right here. Whereas if I can shoot with my non-dominant hand, I can simply do this, and that way most of my body is still behind my cover and concealment with my non-dominant hand out here shooting that way. So it's important if you're ever in this kind of situation to be able to do that. So what I'm going to do this morning for starters, I'm going to shoot with my 5 rounds with my dominant hand and then 5 rounds with my non-dominant hand, and we'll compare the targets. Now, if you're never shot with your non-dominant hand, don't get discouraged when you see that you probably didn't even hit the target. It takes some time to develop those neural pathways, and we'll talk some ways to do that in just a minute. So to start with, I'm going to use my Glock 19X here, and I'm going to put 5 rounds in the right-hand target using my dominant hand. So here we go. Okay, so that's 5 rounds using my dominant hand. You'll notice there, if you saw last week's tap and rack and bang lesson we did, I had the same problem even with my Glock 19X this morning that we talked about last week. So it does happen, even to us guys who do this. Now I'm going to switch over to my left hand, okay, which is my non-dominant hand, and I'm going to shoot 5 more rounds at the target that's on my left now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put my gun down now, and I'm going to bring the target back. We'll take a look and see what we did now. Okay, with my dominant hand, you can see I'm pretty much in the 8, 9, 10 area here. So that's not too bad then. We're shooting at 40 feet here this morning. With my non-dominant hand, you can see my pattern is much larger here. But the good news is, if you assume the average human being is about 18 inches wide, this target covers that width, so I still got him. Okay, but that's because I've been practicing with my non-dominant hand. So some things you can do to develop your non-dominant hand. Let's take a look here. In this example here, using my dominant hand, I am writing this sentence with my dominant hand. And then you can do things like draw a square, draw a circle, draw a triangle, draw a simple picture of something such as a vase of flowers. And then trace your hand here, okay? The other thing you can do, of course, is just write numbers, like you see here. Now, I did this a little earlier with my non-dominant hand, and you can see my square is nowhere near as good as this square. My circle is shaky compared to this one. My triangle is shaky compared to this one. My flower pot looks a little sad, and my tracing of my hand is not too good. My numbers, 1 through 9, again, not very good, not very clear compared to here. Try doing this at home and work on your non-dominant hand, because you never know when you're going to need to use your non-dominant hand to protect yourself and your loved ones. Okay, so that wraps it up for today. I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Thanks for watching all these videos. Come and shoot with us at Larry's Pistol and Pawn on North Memorial Parkway. We have lots of guns still. It's Christmas Eve, but we've got a lot of stuff and a lot of ammo here still. We'll be closing a little early this afternoon, though, so come in this morning if you see the video. All right, y'all have a great Christmas, and see you next week on New Year's Eve. Bye-bye.